Chapter 51. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is that really the case? Don't think that I'm easy to fool just because Sister Yuri is kind-hearted. Shinichi is indeed hiding the 9 clans of the Sandame. Humph, just wait, one day I will get rid of you, this bad boy. Well, let's go and have lunch, it's already noon. It seems that I have to find a way to get more corpses to save. I always feel uneasy with such a small amount of savings. I have chosen to be stuck between Super Shadow and 6 paths, and I should think of a way to improve. For me now, ordinary Jonin is already a waste of time. It seems that I have to find a way to start from the shadow-level strongman, Konoha, Izakaya. Lady Tsunade, this is the specific situation. You can't let an evil guy like Danzo do whatever he wants in Konoha. Now that the Sandame is missing, only you and Master Jiraiya can hold the situation together. In the private room, Uchiha Itachi knelt on the floor and respectfully explained the family's attitude towards Danzo and their self-righteous speculation to Tsunade, who was drinking. Koto Tsukumi. There is actually this kind of kaleidoscope technique. You Uchiha clan are really. No wonder my second grandfather always said that the Uchiha clan is an evil clan. Anyone facing this kind of technique would be afraid. Yes, Koto Tsukumi is the Mangekyo ability that Shursui awakened, but later one of them was stolen by a sneak attack by Danzo, and now Elder Setsuna and the clan may be controlled by Danzo. That I can't compete with Danzo and the Uchiha clan with my own strength. If I can get Tsunade to bring in some families that originally supported the Sandame-sama. Uchiha kid, what you said is a bit arbitrary. Danzo did have some bad deeds in the past, but those were all caused by the Sandame. The source of everything is the Sandame, not Danzo. What's more, the Shursui you mentioned, to be honest, you are not as stupid as the Uchiha at all. How dare you tell the people in power about this technique of Koto Tsukumi? Are you afraid that the Uchiha clan will not die fast enough? I know exactly what kind of person the old man is. It may be true that Danzo attacked Shursui, but the mastermind behind the scenes was not Danzo, but your beloved Sandame. After the last comprehensive briefing with Danzo, Tsunade had a 180-degree turn in her opinion of the character of her teacher. What? The Sandame-sama is the mastermind behind this? No. It's impossible. The Sandame-sama is such a good person, he would never do such a thing. It must be some bastard from Danzo who framed the Sandame-sama. Tsunade-sama, you must not be deceived by Danzo. Thinking back to the Sandame's kind face in his memory, Uchiha Itachi firmly rejected Tsunade's statement. Humph, do I have to lie to a brat like you? Don't forget that the Sandame is the Hokage, and Danzo is just an elder. Uchiha Shursui is also a strong man after all. Who can do anything to him in Konoha without the consent of the Hokage? What's more, it was done silently. Itachi, you have been a ninja for so many years, you can't not even understand this, right? That is this guy really from the Uchiha clan? Can such a fool make my second grandfather so afraid? The Uchiha clan is really weird. However, I saw Danzo attack Shursui with my own eyes, and the Sandame-sama also said that Danzo was too powerful and he could not attack him for the time being. Perhaps it was because of this that Danzo was forced to attack the Sandame-sama. Although he felt that Tsunade's words made sense, Uchiha Itachi, who had been brainwashed by the will of fire for many years, still stubbornly believed that the Sandame-sama must have his own difficulties. Hardship. You are right about that, but the one with hardship is not the Sandame, but Danzo. The reason why Danzo attacked the Sandame was to protect you Uchiha. As an ancient family since the founding of Konoha, Danzo couldn't bear to see you all being exterminated by the great Sandame you mentioned, so he launched a coup in advance. Do you understand, kid? Looking at the innocent Uchiha Itachi in front of her, Tsunade, as an old hand, had to admire her teacher's brainwashing skills. He was about to exterminate his clan, but there was still such a loyal dog supporting him. Even though he was driven out of Konoha, there was still a weirdo like Uchiha Itachi who spoke up for him. Humph, extermination of the clan or something, that's because of the Uchiha clan's own problems. The Sandame-sama was also forced to do so, for the prosperity and stability of Konoha, what's the point of sacrificing an Uchiha clan? Tsunade-sama, I didn't expect that even you are so short-sighted. Clan and stuff are nothing compared to the village. It seems that I came to the wrong place today, and in the end I can only rely on Jiraiya-sama. You are really ruthless. The Uchiha clan is indeed an evil clan. No wonder you were able to fight against our Senju clan in the turbulent times of the Warring States period. In this respect, our Senju clan is indeed not as good as you. Lady Tsunade, those are all old news. Now we are talking about Konoha. This woman said she was drunk. Why is she talking about the Warring States period again? Talking about Konoha is inseparable from the history of the Warring States period. Boy, do you know that it was to ensure the better survival of the major families that the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan put aside their hatred and established the current Konohagakure village. You and the Sandaime exterminated the entire Uchiha clan under a pretext. No matter how nice you say this, it is completely contrary to the will of fire. The Sandaime has already betrayed the will of fire. I don't know if it was because she was drunk or she was thinking of some bad memories. Tsunade's eyes were misty. Impossible, the Sandaime is the strongest Hokage in history. He is the embodiment of the will of fire. How can he betray me? Tsunade-sama, how can you belittle your teacher like this? This woman, doesn't she even have the slightest idea of respecting teachers? How could the tutor of the Senju clan teach such a woman? Can such a family really be compared with the Uchiha clan? Wait. It seems that the Uchiha clan is not much better now. Sure enough, these corrupt big families are all the same. I don't mean to say this, kid, the will of fire has never been a person, let alone a single individual. My great-grandfather's will of fire is for everyone to unite for the safe and happy growth of the younger generation, not like the Sandaime who sacrificed the younger generation who just graduated from the ninja school, so that an old guy like me can be safe and happy in the rear, understand? Tsunade became more and more angry, and her fingers were shaking a little when she held the wine glass. Chapter 52. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This, Sandaime-sama would only do that when he had no other choice. After all, we had too many enemies in Konoha at that time. Thinking of his sacrificed teammates and those genin who died on the battlefield, Uchiha Itachi's tone finally wavered. Humph, you had no choice. Uchiha kid, I don't know what kind of magic potion the old man gave you, but this bullshit had no choice is a complete joke. Do you know how many people died in Konoha during the Third World War? You can't see it elsewhere, but you can see it in the Uchiha clan, right? Tsunade-sama, you are a seasoned Sannin, but there are always casualties in wars. For the sake of Konoha's compatriots, their sacrifices are worth it. I understood this truth before I graduated from the ninja school. You only saw the surface, and that's not what I wanted to say. After the Third World War, all the clans and civilian ninjas in Konoha suffered heavy losses, but do you know? The last time the Sarutobi clan was exterminated, the registered ninja corpses alone exceeded 1/3 of the number of people sacrificed in the 3 wars. This does not include the ordinary members of the Sarutobi clan. Is the Sarutobi clan a famous ninja clan in Konoha? You Uchiha clan can't afford so many people who have left their jobs, but my teacher did it, so it turned out that only other clans and civilians were sacrificing in the 3 wars. His Sarutobi clan had nothing to do. Is this the incarnation of the will of fire that you mentioned? That it seems that the Uchiha clan must be guided well, otherwise who knows what kind of psychopath will be born. Ordinary Uchiha are not evil, only sick Uchiha are evil. This poor kid, the so-called benevolent Sandaime Hokage is always thinking about how to slaughter your family, but Danzo, who you have always been prejudiced against, risked being condemned by thousands of people to save the Uchiha clan. If it weren't for Danzo's decisive action that night, the Uchiha clan might have been wiped out now. How can an idiot like you argue with me? This stupid boy seems to be the eldest son of Fugaku, right? I didn't expect that a rigid and steady person like Uchiha Fugaku would teach such an idiot. What happened that night? Please tell me, Tsunade-sama. Could it be that Shisui-san and I were really deceived by the hypocrisy of the Sandaime? But don't everyone in Konoha agree with the Sandaime-sama? Well, the cause of that incident was after all because of your Uchiha clan. As the young clan leader of the Uchiha clan, you are indeed qualified to know. From Danzo's description, my teacher actually started to find ways to suppress the Uchiha clan a long time ago, and he also came up with a series of plans for this purpose, whether it was sending the 3 generals to the battlefield of Kirigakure, or the Night of the Nine-Tailed Fox a few years ago. Wait, the Nine-Tails Night should have nothing to do with the Sandaime-sama, right? After all, the Sandaime-sama also tried his best to stop it at that time, and with all due respect, ordinary Uchiha clan members who can control a beast like the Nine-Tails are probably not able to do it. Although the Sandaime-sama is powerful, he is probably unable to control the Nine-Tails. Using his own Mangekyo Sharingan as a reference, ordinary Uchiha clan members absolutely cannot have the ability to control the Nine-Tails. Even he can only say that he can slightly affect the Nine-Tails. Controlling it, maybe only the legendary Uchiha Madara can do it. Humph, this is the key. The old man really can't do it, but it doesn't mean that others can't do it, such as Uchiha Madara. If the mysterious man mentioned by Danzo is really Uchiha Madara, then the situation in Konoha will be dangerous. Sarutobi Hiruzen has been undercover in Konoha for so many years, and no one can be sure how many secret lines he has planted over the years. Although he has defected now, these secret lines are a potential threat. Uchiha Madara? Isn't this person the contact person of Akatsuki? How did he get involved with the Sandaime? The Sandaime asked him to join Akatsuki as an undercover agent after the extermination of his clan, in order to investigate this Uchiha Madara and the so-called Akatsuki. That's right, Uchiha Madara. If the old man hadn't joined forces with Uchiha Madara that night, maybe our Sandaime-sama would be being tortured by the Umbu in Konoha prison. After all, he was a senior undercover agent planted in Konoha by Uchiha Madara many years ago. Even my second grandfather didn't expect that there would be such a person among his disciples. This is really funny. Fortunately, the specific information was not known to people from other villages, otherwise the second grandfather's reputation would probably be ruined. What? The Sandaime-sama is an undercover agent planted by Uchiha Madara in Konoha? That's impossible. He's the Sandaime. He's already the Hokage. As the leader of Konoha, why would he work for Uchiha Madara? There's no reason. Fake, this must be fake. If this happens, Konoha will be in danger. That person has been the Hokage for decades. God knows how many undercover agents he has planted. It's scary to think about it. At this time, even the cold-faced and mature Uchiha Itachi began to sweat. It was hard for me to believe it when I first knew about it, but from what the old man has done over the years, it is not hard to see that he has been implementing the main policy of weakening Konoha from the beginning to the end. No matter how nice his words are, Konoha has indeed been messed up by him. The Senju clan disappeared, the Konoha White Fang fell, the 3 ninjas went their separate ways, and if Danzo hadn't intervened, the Uchiha clan would have perished, followed by the Hyuga, Ino Shikacho, Aburame, Inazuka and other families, and as a member of the Uchiha clan, you should know the power of the Sharingan better than anyone else. Even my second grandfather could be affected by the Sharingan of Uchiha Madara, not to mention Sarutobi Hiruzen, and at the critical moment, there was Danzo who turned the tide, otherwise Konoha would have been in real danger. Sarutobi Hiruzen, this old man, hid deeper than anyone else, and even my second grandfather, who was shrewd and calculating, was deceived by his hypocritical appearance. Hiss. This was all done by the Sandaime. Wait, you just said that Uchiha Madara used the Sharingan to control the Sandaime-sama, which means this was not his original intention, right? We must rescue the Sandaime from Uchiha Madara. No matter what, he is the Sandaime Hokage of Konoha, and all the mistakes he made before were manipulated by Uchiha Madara behind the scenes. Comparing his own Mangekyo technique with Shursui, Uchiha Itachi has believed Tsunade's words. After all, no one knows the power of the Mangekyo Sharingan better than himself. If it was Uchiha Madara, he would definitely be able to control the Sandaime-sama silently. Chapter 53. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's useless, kid. Think about the time when White Fang was in trouble. You were not even born at that time. Rather than saying that the old man was controlled by Uchiha Madara and did these things, it is better to say that it was because of Uchiha Madara's support that the old man was able to clear all obstacles and firmly control all the forces of Konoha. Wait, let me put it this way. When my second grandfather chose Sarutobi Hiruzen as the successor to the Hokage position, he might have been influenced by Uchiha Madara's illusion. After all, as the Hokage's bodyguard, his duty was to protect the Hokage, but the result was that my second grandfather stayed behind to cover Sarutobi Hiruzen and others' retreat. Uchiha Madara, the bastard. Sure enough, he was the one behind all this. Damn it, I didn't expect that even my second grandfather's death was due to Uchiha Madara. It's a pity that no one thought of this at the time. What? Even the second-generation master? Is Konoha already so dangerous? It's ridiculous that I've been running around for a bastard like Sarutobi Hiruzen. No wonder my father is so disappointed in me. I almost became a sinner of Konoha. Sarutobi bastard. Uchiha Itachi, will never coexist with you. Do you understand now why your Uchiha clan and I will support Danzo's ascension to the throne? Danzo can step forward and turn the tide at such a critical moment. Who else can be the fifth Hokage? Danzo saved Konoha, and Konoha needs people like Danzo. As for the Sandaime, just let him go with the wind. There is no need to make such a scandal known to everyone. If you were not too extreme today, I would not want to tell you all this. That I hope this guy can figure it out, otherwise Danzo will be difficult to deal with. If it were someone else, they could just take action to clean it up, but this Uchiha Itachi is the young patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Moreover, I actually felt some danger from this kid. This guy's strength is probably not inferior to his father Uchiha Fugaku, right? What a terrible talent. Phew, thank you Tsunade-sama for speaking frankly today, otherwise I might still be kept in the dark by that bastard Sarutobi Hiruzen, and if he does something that will make his relatives sad and his enemies happy, Itachi simply cannot imagine the consequences. So I was the one with the narrow vision all along. It's ridiculous that I actually wanted to help a bastard like Sarutobi Hiruzen to eliminate my family and friends. I guess the bastard Sarutobi must have been very happy at that time, right? Wait, Sarutobi Hiruzen, you dare to fool me, Uchiha Itachi, you have already met your death. It would be the best if you can figure it out. After all, your identity is quite sensitive. If you really insist on not changing your ways, Konoha will have a headache for a while. You know the weight of the Uchiha clan in Konoha. If you insist on surrendering to the enemy, even if there are thousands of reasons to execute you, it will be difficult for Danzo to ignore the face and thoughts of the Uchiha clan and take action against you. This kid may be able to be used. With his own strength and his previous attitude towards Sarutobi Hiruzen, if he can be placed on the side of Sarutobi Hiruzen and Uchiha Madara, it will undoubtedly be a great thing for Konoha. Lady Tsunade was right. I was too narrow-minded before. I didn't expect Sarutobi to be that kind of person. Fortunately, I had the guidance of my predecessors, so I didn't make a big mistake. However, Sarutobi has been the third generation in Konoha for decades, and we must not let him go outside. Is that so? No wonder I haven't evoked any countermeasures from Danzo after investigating for so long these days. I thought Danzo was just that kind of person. It turned out that it was because my father was dealing with the elders of the family. It seems that everyone is waiting for me to mend my ways. Father said that because he knew the true actions of Danzo. It's ridiculous that I still acted like a sober person while everyone else was drunk and was doing rebellious things. I disappointed everyone because of Uchiha Itachi before, but I won't do that in the future. Father, elders, just wait and see, I will definitely be your pride again. We have thought about this. To be honest, I wanted to get the old man back before, but thinking about the strength of Uchiha Madara, I had to give up this idea. Although it is hard to accept, I have to admit that no one can do anything to Uchiha Madara except my great-grandfather. But he probably won't live for many years. It seems that I can't stop practicing. Compared with the legend of Uchiha Madara, my current strength is obviously not enough. There is no strong man like my great-grandfather who can stop Uchiha Madara in the ninja world now. No, Lady Tsunade, you may be wrong about this. I have also seen that Uchiha Madara. Whether from his voice or his aura, he doesn't look like someone who has only a few years to live. We can't expect the enemy to die of old age. Thinking back to the dangerous feeling that the masked man brought to me, coupled with that kind of elusive eye technique, he didn't look like a person who was about to die of old age. After all, even a newborn Mangekyo Sharingan like me didn't dare to use eye techniques as recklessly as he did. How could such an old and powerful man dare to use eye techniques to hurry on his way? Is this something a dying person can do? Have you seen Uchiha Madara? How could this guy survive from Uchiha Madara? Could it be that Uchiha Madara is planning something again? Yes, at that time, the relationship between the Uchiha clan and the top leaders was getting worse and worse. Brother Shursui and I had been thinking about how to resolve this situation. At that time, Uchiha Madara found me. The appearance of the masked man at that time revealed too many doubts. There were so many people in the Uchiha clan, why did he find me? Even according to talent, he should have gone to find Brother Shursui, but now it makes sense. If the masked man has always been in the same group as Sarutobi, then his identity as the young clan leader of the Uchiha clan is indeed more useful than a genius like Brother Shursui. Looking for you? Why would a guy like Uchiha Madara look for you? Before Uchiha Madara defected from Konoha, he was the patriarch of the Uchiha clan. There shouldn't be anything he needs to use the current Uchiha for, right? The other party is very optimistic about my talent and wants to pull me into the organization he founded, but I think these are secondary. When Sarutobi wanted to destroy Uchiha later, this Uchiha Madara came forward to help and wanted to obtain the Uchiha clan's 3 Magatama Sharingan. It seems that the other party's ultimate goal is to destroy the Uchiha clan and obtain more 3 Magatama Sharingans. With the strength of Uchiha Madara, the power of Sarutobi, and the cooperation of Izanagi of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Itachi didn't dare to think about it. Chapter 54. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Destroy the Uchiha clan. It seems that Uchiha Madara is still upset about that incident. That's right. After all, as the clan leader, it is a bit difficult to accept being abandoned by his own people. But then again, if the Uchiha clan had followed Uchiha Madara and left, Konoha's original good situation would probably have been in turmoil. I have also learned about that matter through the clan's internal information. The clan members just chose peace and were tired of endless wars. There is nothing wrong with that. Uchiha Madara actually wanted to destroy the Uchiha clan for this. He really doesn't have the tolerance that a strong man should have. Yes, this is why everyone chose to build Konoha together, and it is also the reason why the Will of Fire was born. The Uchiha clan is a member of Konoha. They can't just think about killing their brothers because they quarreled. They should communicate more. Danzo, the 5th Hokage, did a good job in this regard, didn't he? Maybe even if I take the position of the 5th Hokage, I can't be as fair and just as Danzo. After all, in my heart, although I don't have any bad feelings towards this group of Uchiha clan, I do have some alienation. This mentality is not a big deal for an individual, but it may cause big problems for a Hokage. Indeed, after Tsunade-sama's statement, I finally understood that Danzo-sama was the one who had been silently working for the people of Konoha for many years. It is hard to imagine how much pressure Danzo-sama had to bear to protect the living forces of Konoha in the face of the Konoha forces led by the Sandaime. He was able to stand up in such a crisis, and it was natural for Danzo-sama to be the 5th Hokage. It seems that I have to go back and apologize to my father and elder Setsuna. They must have been worried about my affairs these days, right? If you can have such awareness, Fugaku will probably feel a lot more relaxed. Boy, You just said that Uchiha Madara wanted to pull you into his organization, right? That this may be a chance. Knowing yourself and the enemy will lead to victory in every battle. The ninja group relies on intelligence information. Although the role of intelligence is better than nothing at the level of Uchiha Madara, it is still better than nothing. Yes, the other party has a very strange time and space ability, and can freely enter and exit Konoha. From past experience, Konoha's perception ninja and barrier class did not notice it at all. I suspect that this ability is probably the special eye technique of Uchiha Madara's eyes. That I don't know if my Mangekyo eye technique will work on that guy. That time and space eye technique is too difficult to deal with. If you are not sure, you should not have a direct conflict with it. After all, this ability to appear and disappear is really hard to guard against. Let's test it a little next time we meet. Time-space eye technique? Second grandfather's notes didn't mention it. It seems that Uchiha Madara is quite well hidden. I wonder how it compares to second grandfather's Flying Thunder God technique. Second grandfather's Flying Thunder God technique was specially developed to restrain this eye technique, right? Isn't that the Flying Thunder God technique? Isn't that the famous skill of the fourth Hokage? It turned out to be invented by the second Hokage. Although I don't know how effective the Flying Thunder God technique is, Uchiha Madara's eye technique currently gives me the feeling that it is an unsolvable divine technique. It is unreal and can penetrate any object, and even if he stands in front of you, if you don't use your eyes to check, you can't detect his existence just by perception. In the battle between ninjas, perception is really important. In this case, if even the enemy can't detect it, it's too passive to rely on the naked eye. If it's an enemy of equal strength, it's okay, but if a guy like Uchiha Madara, who is already super strong, lets the opponent take the initiative, a sneak attack will probably end the battle in an instant. Do you feel that there is no solution with your current strength? Although Minato's Flying Thunder God is also very powerful, it should not be so powerful that you feel there is no solution now. After all, the Flying Thunder God technique also requires coordinate marks. It seems that Uchiha Madara's Mangekyo is indeed a bit difficult to deal with. No wonder the grandfather couldn't completely defeat Uchiha Madara even with the power of wood release. Fortunately, I listened to the advice and didn't foolishly go to the old man rashly, otherwise I guess my body would be cold now. Well, in fact, the reason why I say that Uchiha Madara's eye technique is unsolvable is mainly because I have a guess. I haven't tried it, and the probability is not high, so I say so. For Uchiha Madara's time-space eye technique, other physical techniques and ninjutsu are unlikely to cause substantial damage to it, but illusions should not be included. After all, illusions do not require physical contact with it to be successfully performed. However, the opponent is Uchiha Madara, who has the Mangekyo Sharingan. Ordinary illusions probably have no effect on him, right? What conjecture? Tell me first, maybe it's feasible. As a veteran who has experienced the Second and Third World Wars, Tsunade had already thought of a series of coping methods after Uchiha Itachi introduced the general abilities of the Masked Man, but in the face of Uchiha Madara's powerful strength, she had to reject them one by one. Genjutsu, since physical skills and ninjutsu cannot reach the opponent, then I can only rely on genjutsu, but the opponent is Uchiha Madara, and he also has the Mangekyo Sharingan. Ordinary genjutsu should not work, and it is necessary to use A-level or above genjutsu to have a chance of success. When my pupil power is more proficient, maybe I can find an opportunity to try it. They are both Mangekyo Sharingan, and there is no reason why my Moon Blade is worse than the opponent's time-space pupil technique. TSK, I thought you, a little kid, could come up with a good idea. So this is it. It's useless. As a member of the Senju clan, no one knows Uchiha Madara's illusions better than me. Second Grandpa has developed this kind of illusion specifically. There is a kind of sealing technique called darkness technique, which is also specifically aimed at your Uchiha clan. It's okay for Uchiha clan members with 3 Magatama Sharingan, but forget about Uchiha Madara. Although Second Grandpa's talent in the development of ninjutsu is amazing, the reality is still very cruel. Uchiha Madara and Great-Grandpa are not comparable to other strong men in the ninja world, or their strength has entered another level beyond the level of Kage. Maybe second grandpa also entered this level before he died, but after all, he had never fought with Uchiha Madara, who had entered this level for more than 10 years, now it has been so long since great-grandpa passed away, but Uchiha Madara is still alive and well. God knows what his strength is now. Chapter 55. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Master Tsunade, since I dare to say so, I must have a trump card in this regard. The Knight-Im-Sama's illusion technique is not good, but it does not mean that my illusion technique is not good. As the voice fell, a strong In-style chakra appeared, and the three Magatama in Uchiha Itachi's eyes began to spin rapidly. Hee, kid, you are still as arrogant as ever. Even my second grandfather can't do that. You have to be so arrogant to say such a thing. I admit that the three Magatama Sharingan does have a great bonus in illusion, but the opponent is also an Uchiha clan, and has those legendary eyes. Do you think you also awakened these eyes? Halfway through her words, Tsunade suddenly discovered that the three Magatama Sharingan in Uchiha Itachi's eyes were spinning at high speed, changing into a strange triangular dart pattern. As the mortal enemy of the Uchiha clan, Tsunade obviously couldn't think that these were the beautiful contact lenses that Uchiha Itachi wore when he was young and rebellious, well, although this kid in front of her is indeed at a rebellious age. But isn't this too outrageous? At this age, he has awakened the Mangekyo Eye technique. The Shura in the ninja world who is as famous as the great-grandfather doesn't have such strength at this age, right? How about it, Master Tsunade? With these eyes, you shouldn't have no chance of winning, right? That the only difference between me and that ninja legend is age and experience. Although I don't know why he hasn't aged yet, he is no longer at the best age for a ninja to improve his strength. I, like the rising sun, still have a lot of potential waiting to be discovered. In the future, I, Uchiha Itachi, may not be inferior to him. You have awakened this eye technique, does your father know about it? Luckily, I was idle today and said something extra, otherwise if this kind of fighting power fell to the old man's side, the result would be unimaginable. One Uchiha Madara is already in trouble, and with a pair of newly born Mangekyo Sharingan, how can it be played? Even if my grandfather were alive, he would not be able to save him. Fortunately, this kid changed his ways after my persuasion. Is this considered saving Konoha in disguise? Father doesn't know about it yet, but I plan to confess to him when I get back. Now that the misunderstanding has been resolved, there's no need to hide this from father. Well, it is time to talk to your father. After all, we cannot work in isolation. For the Mangekyo Sharingan, your Uchiha clan must have the corresponding development secrets or something. I am sure Fugaku will not hide it from you. As for Uchiha Madara, let's wait until you can use these eyes skillfully. Alas, I wanted to let this kid go undercover in the Akatsuki organization, but now this guy has opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. If he is allowed to go, it may be a waste of effort. As the owner of the Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Madara knows what the Mangekyo Sharingan represents better than anyone else. What if he kills people? Well, that's fine, I'll take my leave now. After paying respectful respect, Uchiha Itachi walked towards the clan with a lot on his mind. Konoha Center, Hokage Building. Shikaku, are you sure you're not kidding? Declare war on Konoha? How dare those guys from Kumogakure? How long has it been since the Third World War ended? Those reckless guys have recovered so quickly. This shouldn't be possible. Our Konoha hasn't even fully recovered from the rich land of the Land of Fire, so how can they survive in the Land of Lightning? Danzo, who was wearing the robes of the fifth Hokage, looked at the urgent intelligence from the front line with an unpleasant expression. Fifth Hokage, from the actual situation, Kumogakure should not have recovered its combat power yet. However, according to the recent series of losses and turmoil in Konoha, it is not surprising that the reckless people in Kumogakure risked their lives to come and take advantage of us. It seems that Tsunade-sama is right. This elder Danzo has indeed changed a lot compared to the past. It seems that the previous actions were really carried out under the coercive control of the third Hokage. What is their reason for starting a war? From the Nine-Tails Rebellion, the death of the fourth Hokage, to the extermination of Sarutobi and other high-ranking clans, to the defection of the third Hokage. In this situation, if the enemy is not a fool, they will definitely come up and take a bite, or at least come to taste the saltiness. But I didn't expect that the speed of the Kumogakure group of bastards would be so fast. The reason for the war was that Konoha had falsified the body of Hyuga Hisashi. After several years of investigation, it was found that the murderer who killed the Kumogakure envoy was Hyuga Hisashi's brother, the current head of the Hyuga clan, Hyuga Hayashi. Kumogakure severely condemned Konoha's behavior of playing tricks on Kumogakure and demanded that Konoha hand over Hyuga Hayashi and pay Kumogakure 2 billion taels of compensation. The Land of Fire must cede 1/6 of its border land to the Land of Lightning for management. After seeing the end, Nara Shikaku didn't want to read it anymore. With such terms, it was obvious that Kumogakure didn't want to negotiate. Haha, good. Very good. The fourth Raikage, that idiot, thinks I am some loser like Sarutobi Hiruzen. How ridiculous. I haven't been on the battlefield for many years. Do these guys really think I can't lift a sword? Listening to the conditions stated by Nara Shikaku, the wood-release cells on Danzo's arm on the main seat became a little agitated. Lord Godame, what should we do next? If a war really breaks out, the other hidden villages will probably take advantage of the situation. Konoha can't stand the joint siege of the other 4 hidden villages. As the new Hokage's think tank, Nara Shikaku's brain is still very online, but the smarter people are, the more they think and the more they will take into account. What? Do you still want to follow Sarutobi Hiruzen's example and hand over Hyuga Hayashi like last time? I can't afford to lose face. You can discuss this matter with the 6th Hokage after I die in battle. Ignoring Nara Shikaku beside him, Danzo stared at the map of the ninja world on the wall and began to fall into deep thought. If there is no compensation and land demand, it is not impossible to put Hyuga Hayashi in a cage and hand him over. Even the land and compensation can be discussed. If it fails, we can wait until Konoha recovers and then ask Kumogakure to pay us back 10 or 100 times. In terms of national strength, those barbarians cannot compare with ours. However, these words can only be thought of. With the temperament of the 5th Hokage in front of him, he will probably be beaten if he can't say this. When the 3rd Hokage handed over Hyuga Hayashi, this Danzo had already strongly opposed it. Now he wants him to hand over the Hyuga clan leader in person. It's impossible to think about it. Chapter 56. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Then we can only go to war with Kumogakure. Although Konoha has lost several high-ranking families and the Sandaime Hokage, these forces did not seem to have played any role in previous wars. Can Konoha survive without them? Lord Danzo, for the Uchiha clan, we are willing to mobilize the entire clan's combat power to win this war for our compatriots. Uchiha Setsuna, who had been sitting aside and had not spoken for a long time, volunteered to propose. Now that a group of elders such as Koharu have died, clan elders like Uchiha Setsuna, Hyuga Karamon, Akimichi Takaz and others have been promoted by Danzo to become new members of the Konoha Elders Council. Well, I am very confident about the Uchiha clan's fighting power, but the other side is after all a country's strength, and the Uchiha clan alone cannot stand alone, so in the early stage, Princess Tsunade will be the commander, leading the Uchiha, Hyuga, Ino Shikacho, Aburame, Inazuka and other clan forces, and cooperating with 6,000 civilian ninjas to fight the enemy. Whether to send reinforcements later will depend on the actual results of the battle. Looking through the statistics of Konoha's current fighting power on the table, Danzo thought for a long time and finally made a decision. Lord Godame, please choose someone else as the commander-in-chief. I am afraid that I don't have the energy to lead this battle due to personal reasons. It seems that the old man has not mentioned his hemophobia to Danzo yet. Tsunade, now is not the time to act on impulse. Today's Konoha. Never mind. Since you have a compelling reason, I will be the commander-in-chief myself. Tsunade, you stay in the rear. Danzo, who wanted to persuade Tsunade, saw Tsunade's obscure code. Although he didn't know the reason, since Tsunade didn't say it, it meant that there was some inconvenient reason. In this case, it seems that the commander-in-chief will go by himself. Godame-sama, why do you need to go out in person to deal with a crippled Kumogakure? If other ninja villages see this, they will think that Konoha is deserted. By then, other hidden villages may not be able to resist getting involved. At this time, the representative of the Inuzuka clan on the left side spoke up to remind him. Not really, the Umbu has already sent back news from the other major hidden villages. Kirigakure is implementing the Blood Mist policy. The Mizunatsuki clan, which is well known in the ninja world, has been purged by Kirigakure's top brass. They are now planning to attack the Kagaya clan. How can they have the energy to intervene in the affairs between us and Kumogakure? As for the Kazekage, the national strength of the Wind Country ranks last among the 5 major countries. The wounds left by the 3 wars will not be able to recover for another 3 to 5 years. The only thing they need to worry about is the Land of Earth. Faced with Inuzuka Itsuki's reminder, Danzo directly took out the intelligence that the Umbu had investigated and spread it on the table. Land of Earth? Anoki, that old guy, probably won't live long, right? With the current strength of Konoha, we can fight against the crippled Land of Thunder and Earth. Besides, it's not certain who the Land of Earth will fight against. After all, the relationship between the Land of Thunder and Earth has never been friendly. This battle is an opportunity for the Uchiha clan to rise. I am old, so I can't count on the 6th Hokage, but I have to lay the groundwork from now on. Under fair competition, the 7th Hokage will definitely be the Uchiha clans. Elder Setsuna is right. We just need to defeat the reckless Kumogakure. Then the wavering Iwagakure will know what to do. We can even form an alliance with Iwagakure. It seems that we need to get someone to contact the fence-sitters at Iwagakure. It would be bad if Iwagakure was lured over by Kumogakure. However, regarding the commander-in-chief, I still agree with Elder Inuzuka's point of view. The 5th generation is indeed not suitable to go to the front line in person. How about letting the head of our clan, Uchiha Fugaku, do it for us? Such a good opportunity to gain merit cannot be missed. As long as Fugaku can lead Konoha to win this battle, let alone the 7th generation, even in the election of the 6th generation, the Uchiha clan will have a certain say. Uchiha Fugaku. This person is a good candidate. During the Third World War, it was this person who led the Uchiha clan to resist the attack of the Kirigakure clan. In terms of experience, if the older generation is not counted, there is really no one more suitable than him in Konoha except Tsunade-sama and Jiraiya-sama. Is it true? The Uchiha clan has begun to exert its strength. It seems that the 5th generation has already discussed the position of the head coach with the Uchiha clan in private. Forget it, anyway, Ino Shikacho is not going to compete for the Hokage, so why not do them a favor? Shikaku is right. If I am to take charge of the rear, the most suitable candidates are Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Uchiha Fugaku. Tsunade is not available for personal reasons, and Jiraiya is not in the village at the moment. It seems that this important task can only be handed over to the head of the Fugaku clan. I would like to trouble Elder Setsuna to go back and inform them. After all, the Uchiha clan is your clan, so we should take special care of them. I hope Fugaku can achieve some impressive results. Understood, Lord Hokage. The Uchiha clan will go all out. For so many years, the Uchiha clan has been suppressed. The family has worked hard for this moment. Well, now that the commander-in-chief has been chosen, let's go back and prepare. Shikaku, the logistics department is now in your hands. Those who are capable will do more work. Please work hard. I wonder if the adults will participate in this battle. It seems that the adults are very interested in the corpses of the Jonin. It seems that I have to ask the root to collect more corpses during this war. Yes, Lord Godame. Times end. Late at night, Root Base. Ryoma, what did Orochimaru say? Looking at this capable general who had been away for a long time, Danzo's expression was as stern as ever. Lord Danzo, Lord Orochimaru is about to leave for Kirigakure. Lord Orochimaru plans to come and discuss the wood release issue with Lord Danzo in person after the matter is settled. How long has it been since I left? So many things have happened in Konoha. The third Hokage was actually driven out by Lord Danzo. Well, thank you for your hard work. Go and prepare the relevant equipment and resources for the wood release experiment. Orochimaru will probably need them. Wood release experiment subjects are good things. If Konoha can fully cultivate wood release experiment subjects, then the shitty Kumogakure, Iwagakure, Sangakure, and Mistgakure will all be a bunch of chickens and pottery dogs. Yes, Master Danzo, I will go down and prepare right away. It seems that Master Danzo is planning to vigorously develop the wood release experiment. If the success rate can be improved, I may be able to possess the power of the legendary god of ninja world in my lifetime. Well, remember, you have to call me the fifth Hokage from now on. These root members that I have trained are useful, but their thinking is too rigid and they are not smooth enough. Yes, Lord Godame Hokage, I will take my leave. Someone like Danzo actually cares about this. Chapter 57. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's just a name, why do you care so much? After Aburame Ryoma left, Uchiha Shinichi slowly walked out from the darkness. Sir, there is no order without rules. As the saying goes, if the name is not right, the words will not flow. The more critical the moment is, the more attention should be paid to such small mistakes. What a joke. Before I ascended the throne, you called me Danzo-sama, and I didn't argue with you. Now that I have taken the throne and ruled, you still call me Danzo-sama. Then wouldn't my words be in vain? It seems that I need to find an opportunity to make things difficult for this kid Ryoma. Well, just be happy. Is there something important that made you come to me tonight? The root in Danzo's hand is quite useful. Why don't you just take it? Anyway, his is mine. My lord, I believe you have also heard the news about Kumogakure. I wonder if the bodies you collected before are enough. Although the intensity of this battle may not be as strong as the Third World War, the death toll caused by it should not be less than that of the several major ninja clans of Sarutobi. Do you need me to arrange for someone to collect them? As your loyal dog, even if you don't take the initiative to ask, I should take the initiative to remind you of this little thing to share your worries. Now that you mention it, I was negligent. Fortunately, you reminded me. Otherwise, if I missed this opportunity, the next Ninja World War would probably take more than 10 years. As for the corpses, you can ask the root to collect them. Don't let go of the corpses of the Chunin. After all, no matter how small a mosquito is, it is still meat. If I can't use it myself, I can still use it to train my subordinates. Anyway, I don't lack pupil power now. With the immortal body strengthening every moment, even if I don't have brothers and sisters to fuse the eternal Mangekyo, my own pupil power should not be much worse than the eternal Mangekyo, right? The next Ninja World War. In a dozen years. Sir, what are you talking about? Nothing, a tool person doesn't need to ask so many questions, just do your job with peace of mind. No, I can't be too comfortable, there are still more than 10 years before Kagaya Otsutsuki will be unsealed, and I don't have the Six Paths Sage to help me on the spot, so I have to be the early bird. Yes, it is my honor to be your tool. Please rest assured that I will take care of the corpses in this battle. Danzo, you are so arrogant. How can we, the servants, interfere in your affairs? Fortunately, you didn't pursue it too much. By the way, Aburame Ryoma just said that Orochimaru went to Kirigakure. This is a time period. It seems that Kirigakure's top brass is planning to take action against the Kagaya clan. In the original work, Orochimaru seemed to have abducted Kagaya Kimimaro at about this time. Judging from their ages, Zabuza, the demon who could fight Kagaya on equal terms, seemed to have met Mizunatsuki Haku at about this time. It seems that I must go to Kirigakure. Judging from the intelligence, it should be. After all, the Kirigakure high-level officials have already taken action against the Snow clan before. I also heard that Kagaya's group of reckless people were planning a coup. Such a top secret was actually known to us from other villages. I believe that the Kirigakure high-level officials have also known about it a long time ago. Sir, should we intervene? That the bloodline limit of the Kagaya clan seems to be quite good, but the brain is a little bit useless, but it's okay, the root personnel don't need brains. Send 2 root teams to follow me. After all, the Hyuga clan has been famous for a long time, and I believe we can harvest a lot of Jonin corpses this time. The super strong bloodline limit of the corpse bone vein cannot be missed. Although the Uchiha clan's physical skills are not weak, they are not very strong either. If I can get the bonus of the corpse bone vein, my weakness in close combat will be instantly strengthened. Okay, sir. But are 2 teams enough? That's inside the Hidden Mist village. The guys in the Hidden Mist village are quite powerful. If they really attack together, sir, I think it will be dangerous. Don't worry, 2 teams are enough. We are not going to fight. It will be difficult to move with too many people. Danzo still lacks a certain understanding of his own strength. If it is really exposed, Kirigakure should be the one to worry. With my current strength, who else in the ninja world can be my opponent except Kagaya Otsutsuki, the Sage of 6 Paths, Madara 6 Paths, and Jigen? Alright, sir, please be careful. I will let Shueiyun and the others accompany you. It seems that we need to send someone to say hello to Orochimaru, so that he won't have a conflict with you. 2 days later, Water Country, Mist Village, Kagaya Clan Land. Are you here too early? Why is there no movement at all? Wearing Uchiha Obito's signature mask and a black robe with red clouds, Uchiha Shinichi looked at the quiet Hyuga clan in front of him and wondered secretly. Sir, judging from the intelligence from Kirigakure's spies, it should be within a day or 2. Should we take action before Kirigakure? Root Captain Mizukumo, seeing Shinichi's doubts, kindly reminded him. No need, we are here to fish in troubled waters, not to work for Kirigakure, and the root is now my important property, how can I lose it in such a place? Looking at the men behind him wearing black and red robes pretending to be members of the Akatsuki organization, the weakest of them are at the level of Jonin, Danzo probably even dug up his own past, right? It's no wonder that I used Koto Amatsukami on him. I understand, sir. I am short-sighted. However, Orochimaru seems to be targeting the Kagaya clan as well. Should we discuss this with him first? In order to avoid any conflict, it will delay your important matters. When he left, Danzo, the 5th Hokage, specifically asked him to make arrangements with Orochimaru in advance. He happened to be free now. Well, although our goals are different, who knows if Orochimaru will come up with some new ideas. Send someone to inform him. I believe he will give Danzo this face. At the critical moment, I still have to use Danzo's appearance. After all, Orochimaru may not even have heard of me, an unknown person. Yes, sir, I will ask someone to do it right away. Bing-chun, Orochimaru is now in your hands. Be sure to inform everyone and don't let him ruin your good deeds. As soon as the voice fell, the root Jonin named Bing-chun disappeared into the darkness in a few flashes following the order of Captain Shueiyun. Sure enough, it was much easier to do things with subordinates. Danzo was indeed the most cost-effective Koto Amatsukami Grantaire that he had carefully selected. Looking at the Kagaya clan that was already caught in a tense atmosphere ahead, Uchiha Shinichi couldn't help but think of the fate of the Uchiha clan in the original work. Chapter 58. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If it weren't for the intervention of a time traveler like me, the Uchiha clan would probably have suffered a worse fate than the Kagaya clan. After all, the Kagaya clan didn't have something like the Sharingan that could be transplanted and spied on, the Hidden Mist Village, the Elder Master's residence. Master Yuancher, are we really just going to watch and do nothing? First it was the Snow clan, now it's the Kagaya clan, and we don't know which family will be next. We in Kirigakure can't continue to waste our energy like this. Looking at the living history of Kirigakure in the main seat, the fledgling Terumi May said indignantly with a hint of dissatisfaction. Ming, you have to keep calm at this time, the strength of the fourth Hokage cannot be underestimated. Moreover, I suspect that there is an even more terrifying existence behind the fourth Hokage. It is better for us not to act rashly. It is a pity for the group of people of the Hyuga clan. It would be great if they could be patient for a while longer. Although Ming is very powerful now, it is still a little inferior to the fourth Hokage. If the mysterious person behind the fourth Hokage is added, the current Kirigakure can't withstand such turmoil. But, the Kagaya clan was destroyed just like that. We must do something, at least keep some fire in the Kagaya clan. My Terumi clan is also a member of the bloodline family. Who knows if my clan will be the next after the Kagaya clan is destroyed. Moreover, judging from my current support rate, the fourth Hokage is probably trying to destroy me. If it weren't for the protection of the Yuanshire, I'm afraid it's useless. Those reckless men of Kagaya are courting death. If anyone intervenes at this time, Yagura will label them as traitors without hesitation. Ming, a little impatience can ruin a big plan. Look at it in a positive light. From the moment the Kagaya clan decided to stage a coup, no one can save them, including me. Fortunately, the water country is located overseas. Otherwise, with its current strength, it is estimated that neighboring countries would have invaded long ago. Alas, I hope that Ming will get better as he grows up. Is that so? Damn, what on earth is in the mind of the fourth Hokage? The Kagaya clan is an indispensable member of our Kirigakure. Without the Kagaya clan, I don't know when Kirigakure will be able to recover to its heyday. Kirigakure village, somewhere in the forest. Huh, interesting, they were targeted. Are they from Kirigakure? They are really alert. Ninja technique, snake hand. Orochimaru, dressed like a middle-aged man, attacked the forest without hesitation. Earth escape, earth formation wall. Bing Chun, dressed in black with red clouds, appeared in front of Orochimaru. Oh. This outfit, when did you appear in the organization? Not long ago, that guy Pain informed me that the organization had 2 new members, one of whom was my teacher. Could it be that the person in front of me was the other member named Afei? Why did my teacher, the third Hokage, go to the Rain Country to join the Akatsuki organization? Is my leader so charming? It's unbelievable. A nobody is not worth mentioning. Lord Orochimaru, I came to you on the orders of Lord Danzo. Lord Danzo, the 5th Hokage, to find you. I almost called you the wrong name again. Lord Danzo seems to be particularly concerned about such a small matter. Lord Ryoma called me the wrong name before, and he is still guarding the laboratory now. I have to learn from this lesson. Looking for me? Wait, you just said Danzo. Are you from Danzo? From the root? Why are you dressed like this? Also, what the hell is Godame? Konoha has a new Hokage. How could Danzo become the Hokage? Shocking. What on earth are those guys in Konoha thinking? They actually let a guy like Danzo take the position. It would be better for an idiot like Jiraiya to be the Godame than Danzo. Yes, Lord Orochimaru, after Sarutobi defected from Konoha, Lord Danzo inherited the will of the first generation with the support of the people and was appointed to succeed the 5th generation at a critical moment. This news has been announced to the surrounding countries for a few days. Lord Orochimaru didn't know it, but it seems that Orochimaru has been in the land of water for a long time. This country separated from the mainland by the sea is indeed a bit slow in transmitting news. The 3rd Hokage defected to Konoha. Danzo was appointed in a time of crisis. What on earth are these old guys playing at? They are still rebellious at such an old age. However, if Danzo becomes the Hokage, can I get some funds from him? It should be no problem, right? This old guy is still easy to fool. Please be respectful. It doesn't matter what you say about Sarutobi, but Danzo is the 5th Hokage of Konoha. Stupid Orochimaru, you are just a defector from Konoha, how can you understand the greatness of Danzo? But then again, first Orochimaru defected, and now the Sandaime has defected. It's true that the master is like the disciple. Fortunately, Tsunade-sama and Jiraiya-sama are still normal. Well, I don't have time to chat with you. What did Danzo ask you to come here for? And what's with the uniform you're wearing? Is this guy a double agent? On the surface, he's Danzo's man, but in fact, he's the old man's man. Now that the old man has joined the Akatsuki organization, this guy has followed him too. This outfit is just to hide the truth. I heard that the night when Sarutobi defected, it was a guy wearing this uniform who rescued him. What we are doing in Kirigakure this time can be big or small. Now Konoha is fighting with the barbarians in Kumogakure, and we must not let Kirigakure's psychopaths end up like this again. The night of defection. It seems that the old man has been in contact with the Akatsuki organization for a long time. Forget it, why think so much, I am not a member of Konoha now. Rescue the old man. It's really embarrassing. As the strongest Hokage in history, he was driven out like a stray dog on his own chassis. The old man's reputation is ruined, but Danzo should not have such strength, right? Could it be that this old guy has been hiding his strength and waiting for this moment? The old man is playing too much. Lord Orochimaru, the 5th Hokage sent us here for the Kagaya clan. From the information we know, Lord should also be here for the Kagaya clan, right? To be on the safe side, how about we each do our own thing and not interfere with each other? Humph, Orochimaru is just one person. Even if he uses the storage scroll, how much can he take away? After all, the majority of the Kagaya clan still belongs to our roots. Chapter 59. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mind your own business. Huh, I thought you were planning to cooperate. It seems like you guys have big appetites. Danzo's ambition is still the same as before. When he was in Konoha, this old guy collected members of various clans in Konoha to join the route. Now that he is the Hokage, he has even set his sights on the bloodline limits of other countries. It must be said that Danzo is more ambitious than the old man in this regard, but the current situation of Konoha cannot support such excessive ambition. We have more people and Konoha as our backing, so we naturally have to take more. Lord Orochimaru can take more if it doesn't bother him. Bing Chun suggested casually but with a hidden threat. Oh, forget it. I have only one goal from the beginning to the end. If you want to help me share the firepower, I have no reason to refuse. Humph, using Konoha to threaten me. Forget it. If the old man is still in power, I can still not take it to heart, but Danzo is a madman, who knows what weird ideas he has in his mind. I wish you all the best, Lord Orochimaru. If there is nothing else, I will take my leave. In a few moments, Bing Chun disappeared into the forest. Looking at Bing Chun leaving, Orochimaru secretly felt that the world was changing so fast. Not long ago, Ryoma told Danzo that he was ready to continue the wood release experiment. I didn't expect that Danzo would become the 5th Hokage in such a short time, but it was good. With the support of the 5th Hokage, the wood release experiment would only go more smoothly. The next day, in the evening, the setting sun was like blood, and the long-famous Hyuga clan in the ninja world finally met its end. The order of the 4th generation is that the Hyuga clan is suspected of a coup d'état. The assassination team, follow me to suppress this group of rebels. Do not let any of the accomplices go. The leading assassination team leader stared at the brightly lit clan land in front of him with a cruel look on his face and ordered the large army behind him. Yes, Captain Tetsuki. Times end swish swish. As the voice fell, a large group of masked assassination team members quickly rushed towards the Kagaya clan. Who dares to trespass into my Hyuga clan? How dare you? Idiot water escape water prison technique. Under the water prison technique jointly performed by several assassination teams, the elder of the Hyuga clan was trapped in an instant. You are Yagura's lackeys. Damn it, Seeing the assassination team's attire, Kagaya Rana didn't understand what was going on. Running dog? Better than traitors like you, prepare to die. Facing the Kagaya elder who was unable to move, Captain Tetsuki simply used a kunai to send him to see his grandmother. Continue to find the next place, first take advantage of the Kagaya clan's lack of preparedness, unite to deal with this high-level person, and it won't be too late to deal with the other scumbags slowly. Anyway, this is the territory of the Hidden Mist Village, where can they run to? Yes, Lord Chetsuki. Time's N. It seems that they have finally started to act. Let's also act. We haven't done anything with the corpse yet. Anyway, no one will fight with us for a while. Let's kidnap people first, and give priority to beautiful and young women. In the distance, Uchiha Shinichi saw the Kirigakure assassination team start to act, and he also gave orders to the root ninjas around him. Young? Beautiful women? Girls? Sir, this is inappropriate, isn't it? We are serious ninjas. If this gets out, people from other villages will laugh at us for being perverted. Danzo-sama actually sent such a person to command himself and others. It's really a sin. If it was just kidnapping a child, Shueiyun wouldn't think too much about it. After all, cultivating loyal followers should start from children. But specifically asking for a girl, this is a bit weird. Is this guy Jiraiya's disciple? There is actually such a perverted guy in our Konoha. It seems that we have to warn the people in the clan to be more careful in the future. What are you thinking? I just want to recreate a Hyuga clan in our Konoha. Dirty guy, is this what Danzo taught you? Hurry up and do it, or everyone will die. Damn, you actually look at me like this, Shueiyun. It seems that I need to let Danzo give you a hard time. I was overthinking. I will do it right away. Follow me. Did you hear what the Lord wants? Don't let any girl go. A Kagaya clan reappeared in Konoha. And you're not a pervert. Damn it, if it wasn't for the order of Danzo-sama. Yes, no woman should be spared. The root ninjas were too embarrassed to continue shouting at this point, we are just killers, not perverts. Danzo didn't tell us before we came. Okay, shut up and get back to work. It's really embarrassing, is it necessary to shout it out? Uchiha Shinichi, don't have any face. Fortunately, I brought a mask and disguised myself for this trip. Akatsuki organization is perverted, what does it have to do with me, Uchiha Shinichi? At the same time, the side forest. Are all the root ninjas like Danzo so perverted now? Fortunately, I quit early. These old people are really playing more and more. It seems that my pursuit of immortality is right. Orochimaru, must not become an old pervert like Danzo. I don't want to die. Looking at the root ninjas shouting slogans, even Orochimaru, who is known as the Cold King, was shocked and sweating all over his face. The killing continues. After Sarutobi and Shimura invaded their clans, another big clan in the ninja world was destroyed, 2 hours later. My lord, the girls you want are all here. The rest were too late to rescue. They have been executed by the Kirigakure assassination team. As for the bodies, Bing-chun has already collected them. Let's withdraw quickly. The other party has already discovered something is wrong. Shueiyun, covered in blood, held 2 unconscious Kagaya creatures in his arms and looked at Uchiha Shinichi in front of him with condemnation. What do you mean by me? How many times have you said it? I didn't want it, I did it for Konoha. Damn it, I must let Danzo give this guy a few more hard times when I go back, so that you won't learn your lesson. How did such an unpleasant guy get the position of captain? Could it be that someone like Danzo also accepts bribes? Yes, everything is for Konoha, let's retreat quickly, sir, if we wait any longer the assassination troops may catch up with us at any time. You beast, when has Konoha ever had such a perverted behavior? How dare you say it's for Konoha? Damn it, Shodame-sama, open your eyes and take a look. Well, everyone is here, get ready to evacuate, I'll cover you. Looking at the bloody and panting root ninjas, Uchiha Shinichi's conscience finally took over. Chapter 60. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Land of Water, Northern Coast. Lord Tetsuki, is it really useful for us to block this way directly? But while hurrying on his way, the new ninja of the assassination team, Arashikawa Maru, looked at the minister leading the team in front of him in confusion. Humph, newbies are like this, they have no common sense at all. In the Land of Water, we are the only one in Kirigakure. Who else dares to steal the bodies of the Kagaya clan right under our noses? And judging from the number of people, there are more than one or two people, at least one or more Jonin teams are involved. It is obvious that forces from other countries have taken the opportunity to sneak in. Before Minister Tetsuki could reply, the Jonin Kikukawa at the side began to explain like a teacher. Are other countries also involved? But the Land of Water is so big, why should we chase them to the Spring River? Alas, foreign enemies are eyeing them covetously, and the stupid Kagaya clan is actually thinking about a coup. As expected, Kagaya's group of people deserves death. That's because, no matter who the enemy is, if they want to evacuate the Land of Water, they only have one direction, the north. And, the only ones who dare to attack our Kirigakure at this time are the powerful countries on the northern continent. Chin, pay attention to your surroundings, the enemy may appear at any time. The ninjas from the 4 major countries. I don't know which side will take action this time. Are the people I bring really enough? Yes, Lord Tetsuki. Swish, swish, swish. The sound of clothes being swished by the wind rang out, adding a tense atmosphere to the silent forest. Stop, there's something wrong ahead. Looking at the silent forest, Shuei-yun, who has the experience of a senior ninja, instantly sensed a hint of something unusual. Captain, he should be alright, right? Isn't that gentleman covering us? With his strength, there shouldn't be any problem. Bing Dong, who was more seriously injured, looked around anxiously. This is the Land of Water, not Konoha. We should be cautious. Also, that gentleman doesn't seem very reliable. While whispering to Bing Dong, Bing Chun, who was in charge of collecting the bodies, had already taken a combat stance, ready to guard against sudden enemies at any time. As a teammate for many years, he still trusted Shuei-yun's intuition. Be careful. It's foggy. Wait, this is not ordinary water mist. Get ready for battle. This is the unique mist hiding technique of the Land of Water. It seems that we are being targeted. Damn, that adult is really unreliable. Who is covering for whom? Shuei-yun put down the 2 cute Kagaya creatures in his arms, pulled out the kunai from the human ninja bag, and got ready for battle. Bingxia, fire the flare. Since the enemy dared to attack our 2 teams, it seems that they may have more people. I even have reason to suspect that all the assassination troops that caused the demise of the Hyuga clan are here. Is that how the Lord covered himself and others? They are so leaky. Yes, Captain Bing Chun. He calling for help. Ridiculous, this is the Land of Water, our home base. How can you bastards outnumber us Kirigakure? Go. Eat them first. A sharp voice came from the mist, and then disappeared without a trace. Lord Tetsuki, why did you let them send a signal? Isn't this disadvantageous to us? Arashikawa Maru was very dissatisfied with the captain's slightly arrogant behavior. You know nothing if you don't let the other party send a signal for help. The water country is so big, when will you find the remaining small fish? Humph, this kind of newcomer is troublesome, he doesn't know anything and talks too much. Wind style, hurricane dance. Not wanting to sit and wait for death, Bing Chun took the lead in launching an offensive, directly trying to open up the situation with an A-level wind style, clearing away the battlefield fog designed by the Kirigakure. Humph, pointless struggle, water style mist hidden technique. Large wind style is indeed somewhat restrained by mist hidden technique, but the chakra required by mist hidden technique is far less than that required by large wind style. If the opponent wants to rely on this method to change the situation, he will only be exhausted to death in the end. It seems that we have to think of other ways. With the strength of that adult, he should arrive soon. We just need to hold on until then. Looking at the useless results of the wind escape, Shueiyun had to adjust the battle plan and change the breakout to joint defense. Throat, brain, heart, lower back, crotch, there are still many fatal points. Guess where I will start first? In the fog, the mist-hidden clan has already started a psychological offensive. Poor skills, this kind of psychological suggestion is no longer useful for ninjas above the level of Chunin. I didn't expect that the assassination team of Kirigakure is still using such old-fashioned things. No wonder the land of water has always been at the bottom of the 5 major countries. Facing Kirigakure's verbal offensive, Shueiyun fought back and began to use language to provoke the other party. The 5 great nations are at the bottom. So you look down on our Kirigakure's strength? It seems that you are really on the side of one of the other 4 great nations. Let me guess, is it Konoha? No, that's not right. The upstarts of Konoha are now at war with the barbarians of Kumogakure, and they will never provoke Kirigakure at this critical moment. The thoughtful Tetsuki first denied a correct answer. Iwagakure? Impossible. There are several countries between Iwagakure and our land of water. It is impossible for a large army like yours to cross another country's territory. Kumogakure? Probably not, for the same reason as Konoha. That group of barbarians is now facing Konoha alone, and there is no way they can spare 2 teams of Jonin to offend us Kirigakure. So, only Sand Village is left. You desert rats, why don't you just live in peace in a corner of the world? Who gave you the guts to mess with us, Kirigakure? Humph, the 5 major countries are at the bottom. You think you can anger me with these clumsy words? Little do you know that this sentence has exposed your true colors, stupid Sand Village, except for you, the Sand Village at the bottom of the 5 major countries. Who else would care so much about who is at the bottom of the 5 major countries? Humph, this is just your wishful thinking. We, the Akatsuki organization, will not change our name. We are just a small Kirigakure, so we don't need to use the identity of Sand Village to cover up our tracks. Ha! Fortunately, Kirigakure can have such a think tank, and its role is far better than the thousands of ninja soldiers in Konoha. No, I must hold it in, I must not laugh, we are professionally trained, no matter how funny the things are, we can't, Kirigakure. Root ninja. Who is it? Who is laughing? Damn it, something bad has happened. Don't let those guys from Kirigakure find out, I didn't expect that there would be such a person with no patience in my team. If I can return safely this time, I must let Danzo-sama execute this scourge.